Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Running the Bases, Season 4, Episode 9. I am your host, Michael Garaffa, joined by Nick Nath and Ryan Blank, as we are here again. Our second straight Monday. We're hoping to make Mondays a recurring thing. I don't know. We're going to try. We're going to make it work. We're going to make it work whenever we can, trying to be here once a week. Marco's unfortunately not here today.
I have good news.
Mm-hmm.
Next week is my final league game for my 12-year-olds that I'm coaching.
Okay.
So it'll just be Mondays and Tuesdays I can't do. Wednesdays will be good to go.
Okay, well, we're doing it Mondays. So
Mondays I just have practice from 5 to 6.
Okay, well, 5 to 6 I'm sure will be fine because Marco works. Marco works until 6 o'clock your time.
You know what?
So we can do it at night on Monday. So do I. He'll be joining us next week. Hopefully, he got really swamped with work at the last minute today. Wasn't able to be with us here on the show. Last week we purposely planned it because we knew one of us had to miss the show. Marco opted to be the one to miss it, so we planned it around him this week, and unfortunately he couldn't be here. But it's okay. Marco is always with us in our hearts, and he will hopefully be back with us on the screen sometime next week. So this is going to be a really fun show today, but as we started last week, we did a 1-minute roundtable, and I actually came up with a 1-minute roundtable for this week, and I wasn't going to do one. I wasn't going to do – you should be because I think you'll like it. I wasn't going to do one this week, but because there really wasn't anything to talk about, and I think next week will be the week that we can talk about the foreign substances checks from umpires because we really only saw it in the Mets game today. I'm intrigued to see it more next week as I'm sure players are going to get caught with stuff or, not get caught with stuff. So we'll see what happens as that goes on. I'm sure we'll do a roundtable on that in the next show. But the one that I wanted to do today was circled around one player who has just dominated the world of baseball in the last week. He was playing beyond belief last time we spoke and is now even better somehow, Shohei Ohtani, who is now by far leading the AL in the MVP race, regardless of what Vladimir Guerrero Jr. does. I mean, the guy hits 6 home runs in 7 days. I'll give Ryan the time to get it. But, 6 home runs in 7 days. There you have it, your Shohei Ohtani shirt. You should have worn it on the air today. It would have been even more perfect.
Well, we've got to do what the roundtable topics are in my defense.
It's okay. No, you're right.
Otherwise, I would have thrown this puppy on. But Shohei for MVP, baby. Shohei.
Absolutely. So, it's been unbelievable what Shohei Ohtani has done, and I honestly think we have to just spend a minute talking about it. We tried last week, but we didn't really have the time. I think we just have to spend 1 minute just talking about Shohei Ohtani, what he's done, and how he's changing baseball forever. So that's going to be our 1-minute roundtable of the week. We'll go Ryan, Nick, and then myself last. And Ryan obviously wants to be first because he's the Shohei Ohtani fanboy of the group. So it's only fair that he gets the first crack at this. So, Ryan, I will put the timer up, gather your thoughts. But, you could talk about whatever you want, the way he's pitching, hitting, the way he looks.
Oh, I'm ready. I am ready.
I'm sure you are.
Ever since my favorite player retired, Shohei has slid into second because Salvi will always be there. Okay? But let me – has my timer started?
No, it starts now.
I think what I just start off with is the past 6 or 7 days. Tuesday, home run. Wednesday, home run. Thursday, 6 innings pitched, gives up 1 run. Friday, 2 home runs. Saturday, home run. Sunday, home run. We all thought Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was running away with the home run title. Shohei is going insane. Tie him at 23. You know what? Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Vladdy might have him on batting average by a lot, but he also has a 2.7 ERA in 53 innings of work. He has pitched now a career-high 53 innings in the season and has a sub-3 ERA as a starting pitcher. What we love to see is Shohei does it all. He can throw 100, then hit over 100-mile-per-hour balls. He is the perfect guy, and guess what? He is my MVP. Shohei for MVP. Get the chance going.
So I forgot to put it on airplane mode, and as I knew it was going to happen, I clicked one of the notifications at the end. But it's okay. We'll just try and ignore that.
Nick, right on time.
It's okay. Yeah, you were perfect. Nick, it is your turn. I know you're not as vocal about your Shohei love, but I mean, maybe you've got a Shohei burning desire down deep that we didn't really know.
You know what? I'll be right back.
Okay. Nick, you are up.
Well, yeah. Most of the damage that Shohei has done over the past couple of days has been against the Tigers, and I have had the courtesy of watching him multiple times. I remember when he hit the first home run in the series, then the next day he hit 2 home runs. And then I was like, all right, Casey Mize is on the mound, no home runs allowed. No, he threw an 85-mile-an-hour breaking ball to his knees, and he hit one straight dead away center field, and I was like, wow. Because that was a good pitch. Like, I honestly thought it was a good pitch. Everything was fine, and he still managed to hit it out. And I'm honestly in awe. Like, this is the modern-day Babe Ruth. This is the guy that we've seen now that has consistently been hitting the ball crazy. He's been pitching the ball like crazy. The announcers kept saying the other day that Shohei will be pitching on Wednesday, as he has now hit 6 home runs in the past, 5 days. The man's incredible. MVP talks is definitely in play. It's going to be between him and Vlad for the rest of the season, but Shohei's amazing.
Absolutely, and I think that I can talk about it in my segment, but it's special that Shohei Ohtani can be not even a pitcher every 5 days. They'll throw him out there once every 10 or whenever they want him. Yes, Ryan.
I think the most impressive part is Nick touched on it. The guy can hit balls that are in the dirt, at his head, wherever the ball is placed, he can just launch it.
Yeah.
I don't think we have seen someone this dominant in a long time. He's dominant at the plate and in the field. This guy is truly one of a kind. And whoever says that to all the people that said he would never make it, look what he's doing now that he's healthy. He's murdering the baseball, and he is pitching great.
The crazier part is, the 23 home runs this season, that's a career high for him, ever. And we're not even close to the All-Star break yet. All-Star ballots just came out. He's on pace for about, 46 right now? I don't even know. Michael, you go, but this is shit.
We're at a loss of words because he's that insane.
Yeah, we really are. All righty, I'll start my timer now. Shohei Ohtani's been something really special this year. And, I think, Nick, like you said, and Ryan obviously elaborated on it, the fact that he can take pitches that are, 4 feet above the strike zone or down at his ankles and hit them for home runs. It's almost comparative to me for Vladimir Guerrero. And ironic enough that he's competing with Vladimir Guerrero's son now for the home run title, a guy who would hit the ball from any part of the strike zone for a home run. And it's just incredible what he's doing. A 2.7 ERA, if he can keep it up for the entire season, he might even be in, the top 10 in the Cy Young voting. So he is really, it's unfortunate because I think this year is going to be the year of Jacob deGrom at the end of the year where, deGrom's going to go out there and probably win MVP Cy Young. And it's probably going to overshadow a little bit of what Shohei Ohtani does. But we might be seeing 2 of the best performances from MVPs this year in the history of baseball with what Ohtani's doing. And honestly, I'd have to say it's been overshadowed by what deGrom has done. And I think it will, in the end of the year, might end up being probably one of the best seasons we've ever seen from Ohtani too. So that's my time. And it's special what Shohei Ohtani's doing. And it's definitely something that I look forward to seeing. And I know you guys look forward to seeing for hopefully another decade plus to come with the Angels or whatever team he ends up going to in the future. Obviously, if the Angels keep playing this way with Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout on the team, then well, there's another interesting thing with that. But I also think because of, now that I just thought of it, interesting perspective here is that now with what Shohei Ohtani's doing with Mike Trout out, what's it going to be like when Mike Trout's back? Because Shohei Ohtani's winning over the Angels fans, obviously not to the point.
In the majors.
Yeah, I'd agree. I would agree.
It's not close.
Yeah.
He's actually been hitting better with Trout out of the lineup.
I know. I think it's because with Trout there, Trout's getting all the eyeballs. And now that Ohtani's the only one, I think he's just getting the eyes because there's no one else to look at, especially because the way the Angels are playing. And he's just carrying that team on his back. It's really been, if we are saying right now that Jacob deGrom seems like a lock for MVP, but Shohei Ohtani seems like a lock for the MVP at this point. And we're not even in July. So if these guys can keep it up for the entire year, I mean, it's going to be one really fun season.
I wouldn't say Shohei's a lock right now, just because of
he's a lock in the
Vlad.
lead.
I'll say this. If he keeps hitting the way he does and he gets his ERA close to 2.5, and we are near the end of August, the end of July, into August, he is a lock.
Yeah. If Vlad's still hitting around 330 and he's like with 1 or 2 home runs within Ohtani and he's leading the league in RBIs, then Vlad has a legitimate case.
I'm not saying Vlad's not a legitimate case, but if you see Shohei Ohtani, he's leading the league in home runs, not just AL, leading the league in home runs, and has a 2.5 ERA.
No, I'm with you. It's just, for me, it'll come down like Vlad has a chance to win the Triple Crown this year, and no one's talking about that. And the Triple Crown hasn't been done since obviously Miguel Cabrera and then Carl Yastrzemski in '67.
Yeah,
the one stat that Nick will always know.
I will always know that stat.
It's funny because I actually thought we would have a Triple Crown this year, but from the other side of the league. And it's interesting that Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is the one who's doing it this year. He came in, we knew he dropped 40 pounds in the offseason, and he came in ready to go, and he's been something special too. And I think that the other thing you have to look at here is Ohtani getting a little bit too much hype for the MVP because he's a pitcher as well and pitching so well. Maybe if he wasn't pitching so well or wasn't a pitcher at all, he probably wouldn't be getting it.
You're not really seeing the much praise for his pitching. It's mainly his bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's comparable. Because with his pitching, the question is his command, how long he can go into a game. Like, I don't think he'll ever get to the point where he can pitch 8 innings in a game. Because then at that point, you're going to take away his bat for the next couple of days, and then just going to ruin everything.
Yeah.
And I agree, though. If he wasn't a pitcher, then I don't know how much hype he would really be getting if he was just hitting.
Yeah. I think a lot of it, because Ryan said, as you said, Ryan, that we're not really seeing the pitching hype. I think a lot of it is because we hyped Ohtani up so much before the year started, and when the year began, because of his pitching and hitting, that we're kind of just focusing on Shohei Ohtani and making this the year of Shohei Ohtani, and we kind of were doing that before he even was doing any of these amazing things. And now that he's doing it, he's kind of becoming the poster child of MLB for this year. But I just think it's really interesting how he's grown and how he has just kind of jumped into this position. And I think it's something that he very well could become the face of the MLB in a few years if he can keep this up, because it's really fascinating. Yeah, I mean, I've never seen so much love for a single player besides Mike Trout. And Mike Trout doesn't even get this much love. I mean, MLB posts about Shohei Ohtani like every day. It's really quite fascinating. So enough Shohei Ohtani talk, about 10 minutes of it. And I mean, that's why I do the 1 minute roundtables, because these are good discussions they're fun and they give us a little bit to talk about. So now we get into the segment of today's show, which is called Eyes Up. Now, this is a fun little game that I thought of myself, where I was looking at a picture one day, and I don't remember how it happened, but I got to a point where the picture only showed like the eyes up of the player, and you had to guess who it was. And I was like, that's an interesting game. So why don't we play it? So here we are today. We are going to play that game. I've got 10 players designated here, and it's going to be whoever guesses first. I'm going to put the picture on the screen. It's going to be of a player from here up. It shows the hat and the logo on the hat, except for one, because the one player, if you saw the logo, it would have been pretty obvious. But it shows everything. And once the picture is up on the screen, you guys can start throwing out guesses. Whoever guesses right first gets the point at the end of the game. Whoever has more points wins. It's now only between the two of you. So the first to 6 points is the winner. This is testing your skills as a baseball face recognizer. So we will see how this works out. So are we ready to go? All right, good. I know Ryan. I see Ryan locking in. Ryan's like locked in. All right, let's share the screen. We are going to roll away with the first player. Again, the first, from the second you see it, you can start guessing. We might change it and do every other. Okay. What we'll do is we'll do for the first one, you can guess it any time, but then from then on, it's the loser gets to guess. Actually, no, that's not fair. Never mind. Just Just blurt out your answers. I tried to come up with a more fun idea. We're just going to do it. Whatever. All right, here we go. Ready? Picture coming up on the screen in 3, 2, 1. And let's hear your guesses.
Bartolo Colon.
Yes, Ryan. Yes. Good job. 1 point for Ryan.
How can nobody not know Big Sexy?
I mean, hey,
Look
that
at
is
those
not. Oh goodness! It clicked right on the screen for me and I'm not even doing it on purpose. Sorry, dropped my water bottle cap. Keep yourselves occupied. It's hard to not be able to tell Big Sexy. So, are we ready for number 2? I'm assuming that when I do this, it's just going to automatically switch. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1.
Michael Brantley.
No,
it's not.
Yuli Gurriel.
Albert. It's like
Framber
Albert.
Valdez.
No, this is a really good one.
Oh my god!
I'll give you a hint. He is not an Astro anymore.
Wow!
Oh my god!
Oh wow! What a hint! If anything, that made it harder.
Yeah, that just doesn't help me at all.
He plays in the eastern portion of the world of
Can you tell me
baseball.
what division is he playing?
The AL East.
At least.
No cheating, Ryan. We know you as a convicted cheater in games. So
I have not been a convicted cheater in the games that count, and I am not cheating right now. I'm thinking.
I'm just making sure.
This is really tough. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, this one's probably the hardest one. Currently playing. It was just randomly placed. It's a good one to start us off.
Yeah,
right, we're gonna narrow it down. He's an outfielder in the AL East.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that really helps, buddy.
I can't move the face down, or I would, but
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, I'm going to give my last hint. He plays for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Lourdes Gurriel.
No.
Springer.
No. What? No.
How? Yeah.
You say he plays for the Blue Jays. George Springer.
Oscar Hernandez.
Yes, Nick. Yes. That's Teoscar Hernandez, who was brought up as a Houston Astro. And that was why I wanted to throw you off with that, because he looks very different, and I knew that would be a good one to get you off. But it's okay. We're going really easy on the next one. So,
I hate you for this one.
Nick has tied it at 1 apiece. Let's go and find out, even though I already know, but let's go and find out who is next.
Rhys Hoskins.
What?
JT Realmuto.
Oh my god. I actually think I knew. Fudge.
Is he a current player?
No, he looks old.
No.
Jamie Moyer.
No.
Oh, with a shot.
It's hard because I know who it is, and it's obvious to me because I know who it is.
Cliff Lee.
Roy Halladay.
No. I guess I'm going to have to start pulling up stats and stuff for hints.
Dude, I swear I know who this is.
You do. You both, I'll say this, you both have been in very close contact with this player.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Your teams have, at least.
Oh.
He has played against your teams many times in the past.
Chase Utley.
No.
That doesn't help. You told us he's played against your teams multiple times. That doesn't help.
Meaning he's probably played in our division a couple times.
He played in your division for about 15 years.
God.
Jim Thome?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's Jim Thome. God.
Yeah.
I knew.
There you go. The Mets just announced right now that Joey Lucchesi needs Tommy John surgery and will miss the rest of the season.
Hey,
Woo!
Hey, it's okay. Alberto Mondesi's back on the IL.
Wow.
It's okay. I'm a Tigers fan.
That's true, yeah.
I'm sorry, Nick. That was really funny.
That was really funny.
You're like, I'm a Tigers fan.
That was great.
All I'm
That
going to
was
say
really
is our
great.
prospect looks really good right now. That's all I can say.
I'm just trying to tweet that out because this is not. Oh, that's really rough. That's rough. Okay.
God, once I took a look at it, the eyes kind of do give it away with Jim Thome. I do see it.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
I knew who I swear I knew who it was, and I just wasn't.
You couldn't get the name.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so Ryan's up 2-1. Are we ready for player number 4?
Yeah.
Let me make sure I know who the player is.
I was born ready, baby.
Okay, this one's gonna probably be the hardest one of the entire day. Let me make sure. Absolutely, a lot harder. He's a very well-known player, but from earlier in the 2010s. So let me. That'll be your pre-hint as we get rolling here. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Todd Frazier?
No. This is going to bring back some serious memories for both of you.
Oh, okay. Oh.
He never played. Well, let me fact check that. Yeah, never played on any of your teams.
Oh God. Like, was this like a star? Like
Absolutely.
for a while?
I wouldn't say for a while, but he was an all-star in 2006, and he was the ace of this team for many years.
Oh, he's a pitcher.
Ace of the Reds for many years, obviously.
Oh,
Mike Lee.
His numbers weren't necessarily representative of it, but he was the ace of the Reds.
You see,
so it's not Mike Lee.
Gives you really everything you need to know.
Arroyo?
He finished 23rd in the MVP voting in 2006 and was
Are you just not
12th
hearing what I
in
just
voting
said?
in 2010.
Bronson Arroyo.
Oh wait, I can't hear you. Sorry. Why my AirPods must have disconnected because I just heard you say Bronson Arroyo. And hold on, let me fix this. Okay. Going back. Speak.
Bronson Arroyo.
Okay, I hear you coming out of my computer, but it says you're fixing my AirPods.
Why
do these things happen? Why do these things always happen? They happen at the worst time. They really do.
Am I right or wrong?
Yes, you're right. It's Bronson Arroyo.
Oh, I couldn't tell because of the
Did you get it right first?
I did.
Ryan, yeah. Ryan,
you did? Okay.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Now my AirPods are just not.
He really was the ace for that, but he just didn't have the numbers to really.
I couldn't. Well, the hair would have given away for me.
Hold on, working on it. I'm gonna mute myself. You guys can chat amongst yourselves while I fix this.
So Nick, do you think the Mets hold on to the division?
Huh?
Do we think the Mets choke the division away?
No, because that division sucks. Shout out, like the Nationals are playing better. I saw. I think
honestly, I think the Braves are going to win it still.
The Braves are like 4 games under 500. I mean, I can still see it. They need Soroka back. That would help.
Well, it would be nice to have Marcell Ozuna, but he's a horrible human being.
He said, "Yeah," and Freddie Freeman's saying like 230 something.
Okay, I just gave up on the AirPods, so whatever. And why are you still hating on the Mets, Ryan?
We're not.
I'm not hating on the Mets.
No, Ryan is. He said that the Braves are going to win the division.
I said I wouldn't be surprised if the Braves take it.
Mm-hmm. No, you said I still think the Braves are going to take the division.
Yeah, that's not me hating on the Mets. I'm just saying the Braves are going to heat up. Gosh.
All I'm going to say is watch out for the Nationals.
Kyle Schwarber, baby.
Yeah,
oh
I don't
God. He was actually going.
He murdered the Mets. He murdered them. Murdered us. Kyle Schwarber was the Mets' dad on Father's Day. Alrighty. We will roll over to number 5. Nick, you are down. You're down. We got some ground to make up here.
Oh, sorry. These eyes are just throwing me off.
Oh, I know. I think you'll get the next one. There. I'll be honest. There are some really difficult ones here, but I think you'll get the next one. Ready?
I'm glad you're
3,
honest.
2, 1. Here we go.
Buxton. Buxton.
Yes, Nick.
I knew that was Buxton too.
Congratulations, Nick. You've won. You are now only down by 1. I knew you would get this one. I knew you would.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Big Byron Buxton guy.
Thanks for the confidence, buddy. Really helps my self-esteem.
Yeah, it's okay. All right,
That was
are we
probably the
ready?
easiest one. That was probably the easiest one.
Yeah, definitely the easiest one. This next one's going to be tough, but I think we might figure it out. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
That looks like Greg Holland, but I know
Roy
it's-
Oswalt.
No, it is not either of those players.
I'm going to go back to it. Chase Utley.
No.
Cliff Lee.
No, this player did not spend most of his career with the Phillies.
Do you want to tell us where he spent most of his career?
In Arizona. He's still playing.
Archie Bradley?
Yes, Nick! Yes, Nick.
That's Archie?
Yeah,
Hold
it
on.
is. That is Archie Bradley. I mean, you said that as if like it's not. You're like, how is that Archie Bradley? I mean, it just is. I don't really know what to tell you. So yeah, there you go. We're tied at 3 at a point. Nick, ever since you started keeping track of the score, you've won every round. So
Let's get it.
we now go to matchup number 7. This is a big one here. This is a tiebreaker. 3, 2, 1. This one's really difficult.
Andrew Miller? No.
Mm-mm.
No. I already know it's wrong.
I will say, if you could see his mustache, it would give away a lot.
Oh.
Oh, yes, because I memorized players' mustaches.
That's going to be the next show. The mustache show. Guessing players on the mustache.
Oh,
I'm kidding. Just a kidding. Just a joke. Well, it'll be thrown in the bullpen, but
No. That's going to be thrown in the garbage.
fine. We'll throw it in the garbage.
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Tim Allen?
No.
Like, he kind of like Tim Allen. Like, the actor?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I see that.
This player led the National League in wins in 2018.
Miles Michaelis.
Yes.
I'm going to jump off.
Good job, buddy. That's a good one. There you go. That was probably the hardest one. The next one's going to be easy, so be ready for it. Nick, this is your chance to tie it up. Ryan, this is your chance to pull away. Are we ready? 3,
Sure.
2, 1.
Willie Adames.
No, she's not really done.
No.
I threw something out.
Oh, my God. I feel like he didn't even play for the Rays. I feel like his hats are throwing us off.
Nope, he did play for the Rays.
Okay.
Not his whole career, but most of it. And is still playing.
On the
Where's he
Rays right
now?
now?
Yes, and is on the Rays right now, actually.
What? I hear the echo of myself, and I don't like it.
Sorry.
I sound like a
Kevin Kiermaier?
trumpet, you know?
It is not Kevin Kiermaier, no.
That looks like Kiermaier, though.
Yeah,
It does, but it's
Joey
not.
Wendell.
Oh, yeah. Joey Wendell was good, too.
It's not Wendell?
No.
Zunino. No.
Yes.
No. It
Yes.
is?
Yes. That
Oh,
is
wow.
Mike Zunino. Looks a lot like Daniel Robertson, too, now that I think about it. But no, that is Mike Zunino. Ryan now with a 5-3 lead. Nick, I thought that was going to be your chance. I did. I really did. I thought that was going to be the
Shout
time.
out Mike Zunino for not looking like anything like that.
That's true. No, I completely agree with you. Alrighty, so for the next one, I have to
I
change.
said Zunino, and then I was like, I thought his face was a little bit bigger.
Is that it?
No, there's 2 more, but the next one's the one that doesn't have the logo, so I have to change it. So, are we ready? It's going to be coming up very, very soon. 3, 2, 1.
One, go.
A-Rod?
A-Rod?
No.
Thought the same.
That's funny though that you both thought the same thing.
What is he looking at? Can we ask that?
Yeah, I don't know. It was hard to find a headshot of this player because
swear that's A-Rod.
Did he play in Seattle?
What?
You played in
Rangers.
Seattle?
Ryan, you and Nick said something at the exact same time. I still don't know what you said.
Go ahead, Nick. What'd you say?
I thought you played for the Mariners. That's all.
Same. Did he play for the Mariners?
No. I can't really give much away because once I do, it's going to be pretty obvious.
I'm standing by that A-Rod.
It's not A-Rod.
It looks so much like A-Rod.
See, I can't see that because I know who the player is. Let me see what that would look like.
Can you at least give us a position?
Pitcher.
Oh, that
Oh,
helps.
thank God.
Okay, here. That would be the eyes up of A-Rod.
Yeah, you can't tell me that's just not so similar.
It is very similar, actually.
Yeah, like you're really hurting us here.
Yeah, they are. They're similar. You're right. That's a good guess. I didn't even think of that.
That's kind of the reason why we guessed A-Rod.
Yeah, he's a pitcher from the National League. Hey,
Oh, that helped a lot.
and he was a relief pitcher.
Trevor Hoffman.
Yes!
Let's
There you
go!
go.
Padres.
That is Trevor Hoffman.
That's a dog!
That's
Wait,
a
Chris
win,
said
too,
that.
yes. So Ryan will grab it. I can't put it back, even though I deleted it. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, I don't know how to get it back, but yeah, that's the Padres logo under there. I still don't know what he's looking at, but yeah, so that's number 9. We still have one more, but I have to go back to the other one because I edited this, so I have to now go back to the regular chain of pictures. So we have one left. Nick, this is your chance to salvage here. We have one more opportunity here to salvage. This isn't it. This is still Mike Zunino. But Nick, you can make it 6. You can make it 6-4. Ryan, you can make it 7-3. This is really a big one. This is a big matchup here. It's for a lot of pride.
We already have. I don't need more pride than I already have. I won.
All righty. Are we ready?
I'll say goodbye, A-Rod.
The
You
final.
guys know what I need? I need a room full of mirrors so I can just be looking at a winner.
Oh, yeah, Kanye?
That's a good one. I like that. That's a good joke. All righty. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Ben Zobrist.
Yes, Nick.
I was laughing at Michael.
Why?
That's obviously Ben Zobrist. I knew that too.
And you didn't even say it.
I was laughing at you.
It's okay, Nick. You salvaged it, made it 6-4. Not that bad of a defeat, but I must say, I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this mightily. We are stopping the share. Well, the sharing stopped itself, but I mightily enjoyed that. I think that was a fun game. What do you guys think?
You know, it got tough, but you know what? We battled through.
It was good. It was good, actually.
I'm proud of us. I just hope everyone had fun.
I had a lot of fun.
I feel like there's a different version of that game we could play too.
Oh, absolutely. You could do like nose down, or like you reveal the face a little bit more as it goes on. You know, like you slowly zoom out. You know, you can slowly zoom in, slowly zoom out. You know, bunch of different things you could do with pictures, and I'm sure we're going to do many more of them here on the show. And Marco will get to be a part of them too. I don't even know what we're doing for next week. I'm kind of just going week by week at this point, picking out what the topics of the shows are going to be because I've got so many to pick from. Yes,
our own all-star lineups.
I don't think we should do that yet. I think we should do that when it gets time for the All-Star game. But
it's like he just shuts down my creative energy.
No.
This is why I don't feel welcome on this show. Shut down.
Just put it in the bullpen and he'll look at it later.
Yeah, we
put
will.
it in the bullpen.
I think that is a great idea. I wasn't even thinking about it. So yes, we will do that. Just not right now because the All-Star game is not for about a month. But we'll do it when we get closer to the All-Star game. I mean, it's probably going to only be like 2 or 3 shows from now anyway. So
I just feel defeated now, man.
But you won the game. Where's your mirror at?
Yeah, Kanye.
Yeah, you got to go look at your mirror. All righty, so we roll into the next part of today's show, which is our power rankings. This is where now we start breaking down things that have happened in the last week of baseball. And honestly, the power rankings have really shifted a lot in the last week. I have to say, from my power rankings, I mean, I don't have in the top 10, not a single team is the same as where they were last week. I actually don't think any teams are the same at all. Other than the Diamondbacks. But even the number 29 team now, for me, changed to the Orioles, as they are now solidly the second to worst team in baseball, behind the worst team in baseball, the Diamondbacks. So, I mean, it's been, and also because I know you were interested last week, yes, the Rangers found themselves back in the bottom. They're now in 28th. So they're right back there. The Royals are over the Tigers because I know you're interested about that, Ryan, by only 2 points. It's Royals are in 22nd, Tigers are in 24th.
Why?
Because the Tigers won a few. Didn't you guys beat like the Red Sox yesterday or something?
So we beat the Angels yesterday.
No. The Royals got a series win against the Red Sox, but
yeah, I knew one of you played the Red Sox, but
tomorrow's gonna be a horror movie. They go to New York. Brady Singer's pitching for the first time in Yankee Stadium, and you know a pop fly goes anywhere in that stadium. Pop fly's a dinger, and then we're going against Garrett Cole.
Garrett Cole can't use his sticky stuff.
Well, here's the issue, buddy. No Mondesi and no Benintendi.
Yeah, well, that I can't help you with. But
see, I'm going to say it. The Yankees might break the record on triple plays tomorrow, or we might have a no-hitter watch.
They've already done 3 this year.
Yeah, they'll break the record. Or no-hit watch. I'm not excited for tomorrow's game.
We'll see.
But any better who sees value in the Royals plus 285 right now, which is absurd for a baseball game.
The Dodgers, fun fact for betting, Dodgers are the underdog for the first time in a very long time.
I think it was like 2 years.
Yeah, they're plus 110 tonight against the Padres.
Yeah.
Who's pitching?
Because
is it Urias for starters?
Urias versus
it
Dodgers.
is, which is even weirder because it is because I would say Urias wouldn't have the upper hand in that. I would say Darvish would.
And plus Darvish at home is so good.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that's Snell at home. I would.
It's going to be an important game for our fantasy league because Ryan has Urias and I have Darvish, and I'm already beating Ryan today.
I haven't even checked that thing in 2 weeks.
It's okay.
I've been busy coaching.
I'm beating you 34-0. That's all you need to know. All you need to know.
That league's so fun, bro. Like, it's the only league I care about.
Honestly, I just don't even care.
It's a 4-man league, bro. Our teams are so
all the teams make the playoffs, and that's where my team just goes soaring through, baby.
Yeah, well, you're going to be a bottom seed in the playoffs the way Nick's been doing. So,
Marco, buddy.
We all make the playoffs.
That's true. No, Marco's in my division. You're in Nick's division. You have
that's
to.
How it goes. It goes by seeds, buddy.
Yeah, and you're the playoff bracket.
Marco has a worse record than me, Michael. That's how it goes.
You would be going against Nick in the first round.
I just said that.
That'd be a tough matchup for you.
That's what I've been saying this entire time, Michael.
Yeah. So I need to take on Marco in the first round. That would make my life a lot easier. Who's still, and I know he's not watching because we don't have a viewer at the moment. Who still has.
Wow, way to put us on notice like that. Wow, you really know how to make me feel good today, buddy.
He still has Corbin Burns on the bench, so that'll make us all feel better. And he's got 3 pitchers on the 10-day DL.
I have a question. How am I supposed to feel better?
Because
how am I supposed to feel better?
You won't have the worst record in the league. I'm 1 win away from having 2 wins away from having. We'll have like the exact opposite record. So I'm looking forward to it. So let's get rolling with the continuation here. We've got our power rankings, and we started off at number 10. And number 10 this week, dropping 6 spots, are the Chicago White Sox for me. They were in 4th. They just played a really tough series against the Astros, and they didn't win any of them. They've lost 4 in a row. It's been a little bit of a rough week for the White Sox.
Wow, do I disagree with that?
You're allowed to. You know why? Because I embrace your opinions.
10.
You're sounding like a youth pastor right now, trying to unite all of us.
That's my goal.
Well, it's not going to work with me, buddy. I'm Jewish.
Alrighty, Nick. Just
Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, 10. I have the Indians. I mean, they've actually been playing really solid baseball lately. I didn't think they'd crack my top 10 at all this year, but I think they've won 7 of their past 10. And it's kind of weird. Without Shane Bieber, I kind of just thought the team would just go off the rails. And I don't know. They've been playing a lot better recently. Their hitting's been a lot better. Jose Ramirez is obviously a staple in that lineup, and they've been playing better recently. So I have them at 10 for me.
My number 10 team is the New York Mets.
Cool. Thank you.
I think the Mets, they just found a hot Kyle Schwarber who is on a tear. And I think that's what happens. I still think they're the best team in that division right now. Like I said earlier, I still think the Braves will take the division because I expect them to get hot at some point. But the Mets have been able to bounce back from a rough start, and they're still in that division. So got to give them credit for it.
I've got the Mets at 11. That National Series really, the bats just died. So they dropped out of the top 10, but I mean, they're right there. They're right in the back. And with what you were saying with Nick, with the Indians, I mean, they've been in the top 12 for me since like week 2 of the season. They'll lose 3 games in a row and then win 4 games in a row. I mean, they've been really good at it this year to stay right there. At number 9, I have the Chicago Cubs. They also dropped 6 spots. They were in 3rd last week. They had a bit of a rough week this week and now sit in 9th.
At 9, I have the Brewers. I don't know. They've just been kind of just been steady recently. Ever since last week, since we talked about them, they've had a couple of bad losses, but a couple of good wins also. The Willie Adames trade, I will always talk about it, obviously, because of the Wander Franco call up, but he's been just so good for that Brewers lineup recently, and obviously with Yelich back and that rotation just so filthy with that 3-headed monster. It's looking good in Milwaukee right now.
Ryan's waiting for Eric to get out of the room.
It is my Ohtani shirt, Eric. Would you like to see it? The future AL MVP.
When did you get an Ohtani shirt?
Michael and I got it together. He offered. He's like, "Hey, you know, like $10 for an Ohtani shirt." I was like, "Yeah, deal."
Yeah, that was how much it cost. I should have bought one for myself too. To be fair,
I thought you bought one for yourself.
No, I just bought one for you. Because I didn't buy it for you. I just bought it and you paid me for it because I had the
What a nice guy.
I've got the MLB. I've got the MLB shop perks for all the purchases that I made.
I wonder why.
Shirts.
Gotcha.
Okay, go
I
on.
have 29 out of 30 teams. This is 29.
So who's the 30th team?
The Rays. My Randy Arozarena shirt is coming in a few days to finish it off.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Number 9 on my power rankings. The Cubs. They slipped. They haven't been as hot. So they're still tied for the lead in that division, but they're trending down a little bit.
Same. I'd agree. Now, number 8, I know that I'm probably going to get a little bit of heat for this, but because of the way they were playing before and the way they were playing entering this week, yes, they're red hot right now, so expect them next week to be a lot higher. The San Diego Padres. They were out of the top 10 for me last week. They had to move their way back in. They had to leapfrog the teams that were playing well. I will say they're 1 win away from being in 5th. They are really good right now, and they are 8th place is just because of the timing of this. If this show was tomorrow or Wednesday, they would be a lot higher.
My 8 is the White Sox. They've been slipping, like you guys mentioned earlier, against the Astros. They just didn't win a game in that series, and they've just looked subpar. Jose Abreu's not having the best season after his MVP season. The pitching's been kind of subpar too. Rodon's looked good at times. Giolito's looked kind of average lately too. And the fact that they've lost 4 straight and they're still 2.5 games up in their division means the AL Central is just that bad. But yeah, the White Sox are 8 right now, trending down.
First off, how dare you hate on your own division like that?
Well, our division sucks.
You're not wrong.
32 wins for you guys.
You're just not wrong. I know. You're not wrong, okay? But you don't need to call us out like that.
I mean,
Let's make each other feel good here.
The NL East is much worse.
no.
The Mets are the only team over 500.
He's right, Nick.
No, what? How is he right? We have the Nationals, the Mets, the Braves, 3 contender teams right there. I can only name 1 contending team in the AL Central.
Hey, buddy, there are 3 teams in the AL Central under 500.
Okay.
The NL East there's 4 teams under 500.
Okay. We're talking about records right now. I'm talking about the bigger picture.
Yes.
In terms of contention.
Bigger picture, the AL Central's the worst. Yeah.
And that's all I've been trying to say.
Yes, I agree with you, Nick. At the moment, the NL East is the worst division in baseball.
Well, and
but
also
as a whole,
it's also because like the sample size too with the games. Like the Mets only have 37 wins, and they're still first in their division. Like it's just we have to wait for these games to even out. I'm blabbering. Yeah. You can go right.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
My eighth team is
8 games to
Red
make up.
Sox. The main reason is they lost 2 out of 3 to the Royals.
Still in first in the division. But
And that's the thing. Their pitching is not that good. Their offense does so much work. It's just how long can the flame stay lit to be that good offensively and for the pitching woes to just take over and sink them.
we'll see. If Chris Sale can come back this year, it'll be huge. But
you don't know what Chris Sale you're getting.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
the worst. That's my main worry is which Chris Sale are we getting?
Yeah, I agree with you. Alrighty, number 7, the aforementioned Cleveland Indians. They keep on winning. It's pretty magical. They're 7 out of their last 10. Like Nick said, they're staying right there. They're the only other team over 500 in that AL Central, and they're 9 games over. That's not easy to do for the team that they have on the field.
7, I have the Rays, and boy, they are so close to being out of my top 10. It's not even funny. They've lost 6 straight. Thankfully, they called up the number 1 prospect in all of baseball, Wander Franco, which I am so excited about. But that's the only thing you should be excited about if you're a Rays fan right now because their team is playing god-awful baseball. I think they just got walked off by the Mariners the other day, I think.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
I think they have back-to-back days, actually.
Yeah. You're right. Not good looking good for them, but this team just finds ways to win in the regular season. They've done it countless times, and I think right now they're just going through one of their mid-season slumps, and they're still going to be a top 10 team for me regardless. And I'm really excited for this Wander Franco call-up, man.
I'll be right back. Something's beeping in my house. Ryan, talk about your number 7.
My number 7 team is the Rays. I almost put them below the Red Sox because they've lost 6 in a row, got swept by the Mariners. Talk about a team that's on fire, the Mariners. They've won 7 out of their last 10. But I think that the Rays, they're still, in my opinion, the better team than the Red Sox. So that's why I have them above the Red Sox by 1 spot. But that's my main reason. Since Michael's gone, let's talk about Wander Franco because we didn't talk about that in the roundtables for some reason.
Yeah.
This dude's going to be a stud. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. I picked him up in most of my fantasy leagues already, and he is just. I thought he was going to get called up. I thought he was going to be the first Rays prospect to be called up out of that Willie Adames trade, but it happens. But better late than never, honestly, because I thought they're going to wait till after the All-Star break. Now that's
what I was thinking. I was thinking, like, what are they doing? Like, when are they going to call him up? And then they finally made the call, and his career average in the minors is 315. That's insane.
I think he's hitting like 330 something this year.
He's raking this year, and he's got the defensive range as well. He is a complete player. He's the definition of a potential franchise star and franchise-changing player, and I think that's what you're going to see from him.
And tomorrow, it all starts for him.
Tomorrow when he steps on that field. Do you guys know that he's born in 2001?
Yeah.
We were born.
And here he is a child. He's old. I'm older than him.
Hold on. He has a kid? I did not know that.
He does have a kid.
I'm having in my lifetime.
Wait, what?
I have said this for years. I don't think I'm getting married. I don't think any woman is going to want to commit their life
to
someone like me.
We can talk about this later.
Dude, he was born March 1st. I am 2 months older than Wander Franco.
12 days younger than him.
March? I'm 5 months older than him, yeah.
Older? You're older than me?
I'm 20 right now.
Well, so am I, but
I'll be 21 in October.
Wow, I didn't know you were older than me.
Yeah.
I'm normally older than all of my friends because I was born in January. So you're even more used to it.
I get it. I'm young.
Not that young. My best friend was born in September. He's not even 20 yet. And
No, your best
I
friend
make
was
fun of
born
him every day
in
for it.
March, buddy.
My
Your
roommate,
best friend was born in March, buddy.
James Delpino, that kid's young.
Yeah.
He won't be 20 until August.
I love James, though.
Yeah, well, like I said, my friend will be 20 till September.
Oh,
So-
you just say that. Yeah.
It's funny. Man, I think Wander Franco is actually the first person to play Major League Baseball that is younger than me. I have to fact check that. But
You definitely have to fact check that.
I definitely do. Hold on. Youngest players in MLB.
Because, like Ryan, Anthony Edwards is 19, or he was. He turned 20 recently.
Yeah. Anthony Edwards, yeah.
Yeah. That's just crazy.
I have nothing to say. I
Let's
guess I'm still a youngin', as the people say these days.
There's no like actual list that keeps track of this, like of ages, which is weird. But the youngest player was born in 2000, Luis Garcia for the Nationals. He was the first player born in 2000 to play in the major leagues.
No, that means Wander Franco's the youngest because he was born in 2001.
Which means that Wander Franco is the first person in my entire life, and yours too, Nick, that is going to be younger than I am playing Major League Baseball.
That is so great. And here he is a kid.
I've been waiting my whole life to say that.
Me by 12 stupid
Yeah,
days.
Nick, Ryan, you're gonna have to wait a little while still. Nick and I, we can check it off. Marco hasn't needed to wait that long because he's 2 years old.
Marco's just chilling.
Yeah,
Marco's the elder statesman of the group.
Yes,
He's the
exactly.
grandpa.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. He's more like the pa. But
Well,
let's roll with their power rankings. We got really off track with the Rays, who are my number 6. After losing 6 straight and getting swept in a 4-game series by the Mariners, they do not deserve the top 5 anymore. I mean, they were first last week. They dropped. I mean, they've lost every single game since we had a podcast. So I'll just leave that there.
my number 6, I wanted to put them in my top 5, but I think that it'll change coming into this next week. The Padres are my number 6. They kind of, I don't want to say they got lucky, but they're lucky to have salvaged some wins against the Reds in that series. That Victor Caratini walk-off game, that was an incredible game from start to finish. Oh my God. But the Padres look like they're back to their normal selves. I mean, we'll see how Tatis is, if he's still hurt or not. I think he's day-to-day right now. But just overall, the Padres are going to always be top 5, top 6, top 7 team in baseball. And right now, they're just right outside the top 5.
My number 6. Hold on. Did I do this wrong? Am I bad at math again? No, I'm not. I have the White Sox. They're starting to slip. They caught an extremely hot Astros team, but they should have been able to take at least one. They've started to slip, but yet they still have a lead in the AL Central. So I got to still give them credit. Plus, they're still playing great baseball despite being without 2 of their top players in the outfield and losing Nick Madrigal for the entire rest of the season as well.
Now, Nick, did you already say the White Sox?
Yeah, the White Sox were 8 for me.
That's what I thought. All right. Now, number 5, cracking into the top 5 for the best teams in baseball, I have the Boston Red Sox, just a spot over the Tampa Bay Rays. The only reason for that is, well, simply because they are pretty much dead even right now, but because they have a half-game lead, I've got to give it to the Red Sox. The Red Sox are 6 of their last 10. Rays are only 4, so slight edge for the Red Sox.
My number 5 team is the Athletics. 7-3 in their last 10, and that would have been different if they didn't lose their past 2 games. They've just been so solid. I think I said it last time. Matt Olson has a dark horse MVP chance. Obviously, after we talked about Ohtani and Vlad, I think Olson he's in the top 5 for AL. Matt Chapman also has been very good. Chris Bassett, Sean Mania, all those type of guys for the A's have been contributing, and so it's been fun to watch in Oakland. They're kind of playing. Oh,
there's
sorry.
one thing I hate.
Sean
Mania came from the Royals.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Do you hate it as much as Nick hates being interrupted every single show because of you?
I was just kidding. That's all I had to say, actually. So that was
Okay.
perfect timing.
It was good timing. Okay. We're waiting, Ryan.
Oh, I didn't want to cut him off. I'm sorry. My 5's the Padres. Yeah, they haven't been playing well. but they have a chance to really make their mark and actually really get back into that prime race of within 3 games in that division this week against the Dodgers. Plus, they just had their first 4-game sweep since 2011. So, got to add that in there as well. So, the Padres are number 5.
Yep, they're looking well. And like Nick said, I have now the Oakland Athletics at 4th place. They jumped up 2 spots from 6th. And, I mean, the A's are just playing well. The last 2 losses from the Yankees really knocked them down a few pegs. If it weren't for that, then they would have been a lot higher. They probably would have been in 3rd. I don't know why I said a lot higher. But still, they're playing well. And they've been playing well since, like I keep saying, their 1-14 start. They're just magically turned it around. Very impressive.
My number 4 is Boston. And thanks to the 6-game losing streak from the Rays, Boston now finds himself, like Michael said, half a game up in the AL East. And after that, what was I going to say? I thought they played the Astros recently, but I think that was wrong. But
they did last week before our last show.
Yeah. That Astros series hurt them, I think. And then just overall, the lineup's just been consistent. Devers, Bogarts, even Verdugo has been hitting the baseball really well recently. Obviously, JD Martinez has been having a stellar season. So overall, Boston is just looking good in a division that no one thought that would go right, because the Yankees find themselves in 3rd. No one thought that was going to happen.
No, I'm happy though.
Yeah, fair enough.
I hate to say it, but I agree with Michael. I have the Athletics at 4. I think that this team, I put them in 3rd at the beginning of the year. I thought the loss of Simeon was really going to hurt them, and the loss of Hendricks as well. But this team is playing great baseball. Matt Olson, I definitely think he's a candidate for MVP. I don't think he's just top 5. I think he's top 3. I think he's right after the top 2 in Guerrero and Ohtani. So Matt Olson's been great. The bullpen still look good without the best closer in the game. I've been very impressed with how they've been able to put up runs, pitch well. So, yeah, definitely. Number 4 for me.
Give him the credit. Now we jump into the top 3. And I think you guys can probably agree. I know we do, because our top 3 teams are all the same 3, but they're in different spots. But I think that this top 3 is a bit of a separation from the rest of the pack. That these top 3 teams are, I would say, a small bit above the rest of this top 10. And starting off at the top 3, I've got the Los Angeles Dodgers. They are really playing well. I don't have them in the top 2 because those top 2 teams are just unbelievable right now. But the Dodgers they were so far down, and they slowly keep climbing up every week. And I'd say give it a couple weeks, they'll be back in that number 1 spot.
They're very, very respectable. My number 3 is the hottest team in baseball right now, and that is the Houston Astros. The only reason I don't have them in my top 2 is just because I just know that the other 2 teams in the NL West obviously are just going to overall finish better. But the Astros are on an absolute tear right now after that 4-game sweep they just came off of against the White Sox. And Jose Altuve has been absolutely on fire recently. Michael Brantley also, Yuli Gurriel, even though I absolutely hate his guts. That whole Astros team. Carlos Correa also, I forgot his name. He's been hitting the ball really well. They found their groove recently, and it's going to be a really nice race between them and the Athletics for that division right now.
Yeah.
Number 3, I have the Giants. This team has been on fire. This team has been so good all year long, and they're leading a division where all of us had them in 3rd. So I really think that this team, despite not really being the youngest, but having a lot of experience, that experience has really taken off. And then Belt, Crawford, and Posey have really found that fountain of youth, per se, to really get that team to where they are.
Okay.
You okay?
I couldn't imagine not having the Giants in the top 2, but that's okay. At number 2, I have the Houston Astros. No, it's okay. We have your
interesting. I wonder who my number 2 is then.
I don't know. The team that's probably a game and a half behind them. So at number 2, I have the Houston Astros, who Nick said, Nick summed it up perfectly. The Astros have been really good this year and a lot better than I know a lot of us thought. Nick, you've been always the guy rooting for the Astros, saying that you thought they were going to have a big off season. No, you said they were going to have a big off season and said that they might have a good year. I thought they would have a good year too.
I would never root for the Astros. I just never thought they were going to be bad.
Clearing the air. Nick is not rooting for the Astros. I had to make that known. But yeah, the Astros, I mean, they just murdered the wow, who did they just play?
White Sox.
Oh, yeah, the White Sox. Wow. They murdered the White Sox. They really did. It was a dominant series, and because of that and because of the way they were playing even before that, they're now number 2.
My number 2 team is the team that's closest to me, and that is the Dodgers. And, boy, they could almost have their entire lineup injured, and they could still find a way to be top 2 in that division because that's just been the case. Muncy's hurt. Bellinger's been hurt. We haven't seen Seager in a while, and it doesn't really matter, honestly, because that rotation is just that good, and that team is just that good. And I don't see how this team isn't competing for another World Series this year because they will. They always will. If Julio Urias is arguably your number 5 in your rotation, you're doing something right. And the fact that you're competing without your starting shortstop, your former MVP, and Max Muncy, who is arguably having the best season of his career, I got to give it to the Dodgers in number 2.
Astros are number 2 for me. This team's on fire. This team has actually overtaken the Athletics to be the number 1 team in the West, and we didn't expect this from them, especially after losing Springer and still not having Verlander. And they're playing great baseball. Gotta hand it to him. Altuve's on fire. He's hit 9 home runs this month, I think. 9, something like that, 9, 10. And he's just been terrific. So I gotta give him credit, and I think that the Astros are definitely a team to watch out for now. They're on fire. Who knows how long they keep up this level, but they're going to be competing for that top spot in the AL West throughout the rest of the way of the season.
Well, Nick and I agree, but you don't, that the Giants are the best team in baseball still. Last week, they were number 2 for me. The only reason they're number 1 is because the Rays fell down and the Giants have kind of stayed up at that level. And I mean, we keep saying it every week. They keep impressing. They keep surprising him for the first time in 2021. I've got the Giants at number 1.
Yeah, Michael, you just said it. Last week, they were my number 5, and today they're not easily number 1, but they've been playing well enough to the point where I'm comfortable with saying that they're right now the best team in baseball. And it's not even their hitting, really. It's honestly been that rotation. Kevin Gausman's easily number 2 right now for NL Cy Young for me, and it's not close behind DeGrom. And Desclafani's looked good. Alex Wood, Cueto, Logan Webb. That rotation just solid from top to bottom. And like Ryan said earlier, guys like Crawford, Bell have Posey have found the fountain of youth, and it's been really fun to watch. And guys like Yastrzemski and Duvall have been playing their role perfectly.
Hate on me all you want. The number 1 team right now is the Dodgers.
I respect that so much.
I do, but I can't do it.
This team is on fire, and they're not even healthy, Michael. This team is not healthy, and they are just taking care of business. I don't care if 3 of those wins came against the Diamondbacks. They did it in a dominating fashion. I don't care what you say. This team is proving that they are the best in baseball, and yet they don't have a top 5 shortstop and an MVP, former MVP, not fully healthy. That's all I have to say. This team is about to explode once they're fully healthy, and they're just going to take that division and run.
It's the top 3 is definitely close. I think that the Giants and Astros to me are a lot closer than the Dodgers are to the rest of the 3, but I still think that they're all really close. For me, my biggest jump of the week, I have the Yankees and Brewers both hopped 8 spots. I'm sorry, not the Brewers. I did that wrong. Sorry, let me correct my mistake really quickly because I did that backwards. The Brewers didn't jump 8 spots. Okay, well, the Yankees jumped 8 spots. The Mariners, they're the one. They also jumped 8 spots. The Yankees jumped from 23 to 15, and the Mariners jumped from 21 to 13. So both of them are definitely waking up a little bit. And my biggest fall of the Marlins. I didn't really have any huge falls of the week. The Marlins dropped 7 spots from 18 down to 25, but I mean, that's not really much of a surprise. So I know you guys don't do the biggest jump and fall. That's just my special thing. So we now roll in to run the bases. and let's get rolling as we go over to first base. Ryan, take it away with the team of the week.
Well, my team of the week, we've got some familiar names and not familiar names. Catcher. Who else would it be than Salvador Perez? I thought about Gary Sanchez, and then it's Gary Sanchez, and I just, ugh. And plus I'm not a Gary Sanchez guy.
And I'm biased.
Trust me. You didn't have to tell us. We already know. First base is Ryan Mountcastle. He did have a 3-home run game. Second base is Altuve. Like I said earlier, he's been on fire this month. Wilmer Flores is going to be my third baseman. Shortstop, Trey Turner. Left field, a.k.a. the Mets' dad, Kyle Schwarber. And then center field, I know he doesn't play it, but Whit Merrifield, he's starting to heat up, and I'm loving it, despite the Royals keep losing. And then my last outfield spot is going to go to Adam Duvall. He has, I believe, this week he had 4 home runs and 11 RBIs. Hitting the ball really well right now. And then DH, it's obvious. Shohei, baby. Definitely my DH.
Pretty much DH or pitcher?
DH.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
And then my starting pitchers. Shohei would be on that list if he hadn't been hitting so well. But I've got Luis Castillo, Walker Buehler, and Patrick Corbin. And then my relief pitchers, Sergio Romo, Brad Hand, and Kyle Zimmer. And then my team of the week is the best team in baseball, Los Angeles Dodgers.
All right. That's a good one. All righty, Nick, we roll it off to you as we go to second base with our players to watch.
2 of the players actually from Ryan's team of the week made the cut for my list too. But I'll start out in Baltimore, and one of the more intriguing stories in all year. Cedric Mullins, who didn't even start on his high school team until his junior year, has quietly been one of the best hitters in baseball right now. 319 average, 13 home runs, 25 RBIs. The kid's a stud, and he will stay in this league for a long time if he's doing what he's doing right now. Second, Trey Turner of the Nationals. It's unfortunate he plays in the National League and he's a shortstop because no one talks about him. Other than Tatis and shortstops, Trey Turner gets left behind in the dust, and I think it's really unfortunate because he's having a stellar season. 313 average, 11 home runs, 32 RBIs, and 15 stolen bases. He can do it all, really. Next on my list, I got Boston, Alex Verdugo. His first season in Boston's been quietly sneaky good. 289 average, 9 home runs, 32 RBIs. And I'll stay in Boston, actually, with their third baseman, Rafael Devers. 278 average, 18 home runs, 57 RBIs. And then last one, I'll go to Miami. The batting average isn't there, but Adam Duvall has been hitting the ball really well recently, really for power. 216 average, which I'm not a huge fan of, but 16 home runs, 52 RBIs is very solid numbers all around. And then we'll go to the pitching. Trevor Rogers for the Marlins, 7-3 record, 1.87 ERA, 95 strikeouts, stellar season from him. Sean Manaea from the Athletics, 6-3 record, 3.01 ERA, 89 strikeouts, very solid. And then I'm probably going to say his name wrong, from the Mariners. UC Kikuchi, 4-3 record, 3.46 ERA, but a stellar 1.04 whip. And those are your players to watch.
Solid as usual. Nick bringing the heat with players a lot of players that I didn't even know were playing very well. So this is why I assigned you to that, because I knew you would be good for it. So we round third, and we will head home to my segment, which is the top 5 moments of the week. I do have an honorable mention this week because in a week where there weren't that many amazing moments, there were really 6 moments this week that were just great and needed to be spoken about, and there really wasn't much else. But at number 6, which is my honorable mention, is Ryan Mountcastle's 3-homer game on June 19th. I mean, for that not to be in the top 5 is really just goes to show you how good this week has been with the moments. Ryan Mountcastle, our official podcast mascot. We know his favorite place to eat is White Castle, as Marco like to say, with his sliders. So good old Ryan Mountcastle, who I did remember, you may remember me saying was a top player entering the season, which is why why Marco said that he likes to eat all the sliders. So, just the iconic moment of this podcast. So number 5, I know Ryan's going to hate me for it because he always hates everything that has to do with this player, but don't Don't hate it because it just was a great moment. At number 5, we have Jose Altuve's walk-off grand slam on June 15th.
Okay.
Would have been higher.
Okay. I don't hate everything that the man does, but he's a cheater. Okay? You can't I wouldn't say I don't hate him. I just have absolutely no respect for him. That's it.
Backstory behind that, to give you a little bit of an idea, Jose Altuve was the most vehemently opposed to the cheating in 2017, and actually he swung at the least amount of pitches where there was a trash can banging, and actually had the worst batting average on the team when the trash can was banged because he was so opposed to it. Andy Martino wrote about it in his book Cheated, where he documented the Astros cheating scandal. So to be fair, Jose Altuve was every player on the team admitted that Altuve was the biggest guy on the team to not want to do it. So, I wouldn't
the grand slam against the Yankees would say otherwise, but that's actually
very interesting. Yes, it is very interesting. So Jose Altuve, the walk-off grand slam, back to what we were saying, from June 15th was a really great home run. They were down by 1 in the bottom of the 10th. It was a walk-off. Anytime you hit a walk-off grand slam, it's special. And this was one of 2 walk-off grand slams in the week. This one was a little bit lower than the other one, but still a really great moment. Now, at number 4, this one was going to be a lot higher, but because of the moments ahead of it, it just can't be. Kyle Schwarber hitting 5 home runs in 2 days against the Mets from June 19th and 20th. I mean, this would have been so much higher on the list, but the ones above it are just, yes, Ryan.
This is how you make yourself feel better, doesn't it? This is how you make yourself feel better for him demolishing the Mets.
No, I was going to have him a lot higher, but the moments that happened above it were just so much more exciting to me. And I got it when he hit that 3rd home run of the game. I was like clapping because that was a great moment. Anytime a guy hits 3 homers in a game, it's a huge deal. And 5 in 2 days it's unbelievable. So, I mean, Kyle Schwarber just murdered the Mets and definitely deserves the credit for it. Now, at number 3, I have from last night on June 20th, Shed Long with a walk-off grand slam to cap off a 4-game sweep of the Tampa Bay Rays. I mean, he took a pitch that was about a foot above the zone, ripped it in right field in a walk-off grand slam special, but to cap off a 4-game sweep against the red-hot Tampa Bay Rays was just amazing for a team like the Mariners, and just an incredible moment for Shed Long. Now, at number 2, this moment happened way back on June 15th. That was last Tuesday, and boy, oh boy, what a moment it was. In the day where everyone thought that the Diamondbacks were going to end their road losing streak, Mike Yastrzemski had other plans where the Giants were trailing 7-0, but in the bottom of the 8th, Yastrzemski hit a go-ahead grand slam when they were down 8-5 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. A go-ahead grand slam to make it 9-8. The Giants won that game, and what a moment it was. I mean, anytime you hit a grand slam, it's a great feeling, but to hit a go-ahead grand slam is even more of a great feeling. But to hit the grand slam when you literally needed to hit it to take the lead is when it's special. So, I mean, just a great moment there for the Giants. And at number 1, I mean, I don't know how they're doing it, but the New York Yankees turning 2 triple plays in the matter of a week. One on June 17th and one yesterday on June 20th. The one last week on June 17th wasn't as cool of a triple play, but a triple play is a triple play. Last night was the good old 5-4-3 triple play, which is, I mean, it's so cool because it's so hard to do. But I mean, 2 triple plays in 1 week is, I highly doubt it's happened for any team ever, let alone for the Yankees this year. So a very special moment, which wraps up our top 5 moments of the week. We've got our any closing statements from anybody before we sign off?
Ohtani was in your top 5?
The thing was, his moments were just him being dominant over the whole week, and we spoke about that earlier. So I was like, we have to talk about Ohtani and what he's done, but it doesn't really fit in top 5 moments of the week to me.
Respectable.
I'm sorry.
For what?
I disagree. I respect your opinion, but I disagree. If you're going to put Kyle Schwarber in there, you have to put Shohei. Just my opinion.
Yeah, but Kyle Schwarber had 5 homers in 2 days. Ohtani had 5 homers in 5 days, which is it's great.
6 homers in 6 games, and one of the games he didn't even hit because, well, no, he did hit, but he threw 6 innings. He gave up 1 run. I feel like that's got to be worth something, man.
I mean, we dedicated an entire segment to him just because I didn't feel like he's fit in the top 5. So we spoke about him anyway. We spent more time talking about Shohei Ohtani than I did in my top 5 combined. So we gave him the time. I needed to. He's just that amazing. So that'll do it for today's show. We hope to be back next Monday. Let me quadruple check because I'm 99% certain I'm off next Monday so we can make something work. Marco said that he is going to block out from now that he will be here. I'm not off next Monday. I'm working night shift. So my
Lord, Michael.
What?
You have to mess it all up.
Okay, but I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week. So
We'll make it work.
we'll make it work. We will
Tuesday,
always make it
excellent.
work. Okay, well, there's 2 more days. So we'll make it work. But thank you guys all for thank you for tuning in today. It was a good show as always. We miss Marco. He will be here next week. We promise. Well, I'm not going to promise. I can't promise something I can't keep. But thank you again. It was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed the Eyes Up show. It was a fun one. And the other topics, as we usually do every week, are always enjoyable. So thank you guys all for watching. We'll see you next time.